So this is the problem set for lesson 1.6, and let's start with number 9. It says use the rule for the order of operations to simplify. Now we're talking about the rule for the order of operations. So I'm going to jump all the way to 44 because that one looks like it might be kind of tricky. 5 minus 3, 7. Hoo-wee. Okay, so PEMDAS says we do parentheses first. So we're going to look and see what we have for our parentheses. So we have this brace right here, or bracket, or whatever that's called, that's taking everything in here. And then we've got these little ones. You always work on the inner ones first. So we're going to do this one, and we're going to do this one, and then we'll just kind of work our way out. So I'm just going to rewrite what I have. All right, negative 2 minus 2 is the same as negative 2 plus negative 2. Signs are the same. You add them up, put the sign on there. Minus 3. Now let's look and see what we have here. Negative 3 plus 1. Signs are different. There's a plus on the 1. So we take the difference, put the sign of the largest one. Okay, so that took care of what was inside the parentheses there. Now let's continue on with what's inside the parenthesis. Now remember, what you do is if there are no exponents to deal with, now we do multiplication. Inside the parentheses, 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Okay, we keep working in those parentheses since we can do that. Negative 28 plus 6, 2 negatives is a positive. Now we add those. I have a positive and a negative. I take the difference between the two and put the sign of the biggest number on there. Okay, now I've done everything I can inside that parenthesis because I only have one number there, so that's as far as I can go. The next step is multiplication. 5 minus 3 times negative 22 is negative 66. So I've got two signs together. I'll put one in parenthesis. Two negatives make a positive, and then that gives me 71 for an answer. So just do them that way as far as using your order of operations. Sticking with your PEMDAS be very important. In fact, let's do number 34 is another practice one. Negative 2, and that has an exponent. That's why I picked it. All right, 10. What is negative 2 cubed? It's going to be negative 8. See, I put it in parentheses. Minus 5. And let's put this one in parentheses. Negative 2. This number here is even, so I know my answer is going to be positive. And 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. 4 times gave me 16. Now we do my multiplication. Negative 80 minus 5 times 16 is going to be 80. So I have negative 80 minus 80, or negative 80 plus negative 80. And when you have two of the same side, you add them, and you put the sign on there, and you're done. All right, 45. They're just asking you to multiply those three numbers. 5 times negative 4 times negative 3. How many negative numbers do I have? I have 2. 2 is an even number, so that means these are going to give me positive. So 5 times 12. And you could have taken 5 times 4 instead. It wouldn't have mattered. And that gives you 60. Look all the way down to number 56. And number 56 says we've got 1/2 times 10, and we're going to put that whole thing in parentheses. We're going to do what's inside the parentheses first, because remember, PEMDAS says parentheses. 1/2 times 10 over 1 would give me 10 over 2, which is 5. And then I square it, and I get 25. So remember to do what's in the parentheses first. I'm expecting, like number 62, when you have something like that, you use your calculator and multiply 1/2 times negative 0.8, and then get your answer and square that. Let's see if there's anything else that might look a little tricky here. Let's look at number 86. We have 9 times negative 1/9 x plus 1/3 y. Okay, we're going to distribute negative 9 over 9x, and we're going to take 9 times 1/3, or 9 times 1 over 1 times 3. 9 over 9, any number over itself is 1. 9 over 3 is 3. We don't need this negative, or that 1 there, so we just get negative x plus 3y for our answer there. Okay, as we continue on, it looks like a lot of the other ones are going to be not a problem. They have some sequences there, geometric sequences, 101 to 108, but you shouldn't have any problem with them from there.